Haven't done one of these in a while. Got a new Steelbook through the post and we're going to open it. So enjoy! What's going on, guys? How you all doing? Hope you're doing well. So like I said in the pre-intro, I'm going to be doing an unboxing today. I haven't done an unboxing in a while, so excited to do one of these. In here we have a brand new Steelbook, as the title suggests, for the Doctor Who Steelbook line. This is Jodie's final adventures as the Doctor on a specials Steelbook. These specials are very reminiscent of these specials that we got during the Tennant era. Not saying like episode wise, I mean like how we got 4 Tennant specials, where we got 3 Jodie specials here, and we're going to unbox it. So I haven't opened it yet, as you can tell. So there's the sleeve there. So we're now going to open it, and it's going to be my first look. So there's the back. So you guys get the front first. There you are. Hopefully the ring light isn't picking that up. So, ooh, very nice. So yeah, Doctor Who, the Series 13 specials. This is Series 13, and then you have this to go with it, which is very nice. We're obviously going to look at them a bit more side by side when we open this bad boy up. But yeah, this edition comes with Eve of the Daleks, Legend of the Sea Devils, and Power of the Doctor. Special features included the Dalek Execution, the Sea Devils Return, Becoming Pirates, audio commentaries, the Power of the Doctor behind the scenes, and Farewell Jodie and Mandeep. So yeah, not too many special features, but to be fair, there wasn't that many special features on quite a lot of these. Actually, no, tell a lie, there was a fair few releases on the Series 11 and 12 Steelbook, as you see the Series 12 one there. Yeah, but I like how it's quite of that sort of era, so very reminiscent of the Flux-esque sort of era we have there colour-wise. But yeah, we're going to take it off and we're going to have a look at the artwork on the back, because I'm very excited, because ever since it got announced I really wanted to get this in hand. So we're getting it off now. I love opening a new Steelbook, especially a new Doctor Who Steelbook. They're my favourite of the Steelbooks. So yeah, I must say, ooh, that is lovely. Ooh, that is lovely artwork. Oh my god. Actually, yeah, that is probably my favourite of the Jodie artwork, hands down. That's my favourite. I wish, because this is very reminiscent of all of the other Steelbooks that we've gotten, like for the David Tennant Steelbooks, the Matt Smith, and the Series 8 Peter Capaldi one as well. I much prefer these artwork, say, over just the simple 2 companions. I would have preferred, I like the Flux effect, I love the Steelbook, but I would prefer if they had some of the monsters scattered in there as well. But it's nice to have, like, we've got Ace and Tegan from Power of the Doctor. Same, what was it, we've got the Daleks as well. Obviously we've got fucking Stuart the Sea Devil, incredible. We've got the Master, god damn. It's nice, it's very nice. It's a shame Graham's not on there. But yeah, looking at the overall artwork on the thing, I love the colours, like it's absolutely gorgeous. The mixture of purple in here is absolutely incredible. The spine is one of my favourite of the Steelbooks, and I think it goes very nicely next to the Flux Steelbook there. Hopefully if the light picks that up very nicely. Very nice. I must say, looking at the artwork, I think I prefer this artwork of Jodie on the front to this artwork. I don't know, there's something about it that's a little uncanny valley for me, but overall it's still nice. It's still a very nice pose. Right, so we've opened it up. Right, before we get onto that, let's look at it. We're going to carry on looking at the artwork. Yeah, this is my favourite Steelbook of the Jodie era for sure, hands down. Because as I said in my previous Flux Steelbook unboxing, they just have one simple art all the way around. So like one art piece, and then repeated on the discs. So for this though, you've got brand new art for that, but on the inside you've got the this is what they used for the artwork on the double pack. And this is what they use for like the poster material for the new one. So I like how they've used all 3 of these together. I think it makes a much more interesting Steelbook background personally. A really well designed Steelbook, and I really love this artwork from Legend of the Sea Devils. Wish there was maybe a Dalek on here, but overall I still really love this. This is the inside and the outside is yeah, my favourite of the 4 Jodie Steelbooks we have gotten. Unfortunately, one of the things I will complain about though is the disc art. So we're going to start with the positive bit, that Power of the Doctor still retains the artwork of that we saw off there, so that's very nice because this is a new disc. But unfortunately, the Evil Daleks and the Legend of the Sea Devils disc is just bland. It's just plain black. and that's boring. And because we have seen in every Steelbook that they at least put some art on there, so the fact they haven't even just put a picture of Jodie on there or anything is quite upsetting, to be fair. Like, come on, you could have done something. It's the fact that it was so close to being perfect. But yeah, honestly, no, that's a bit upsetting. But overall, God, it's just a disc in it at the end of the day. What are you going to do? My Steelbook doesn't seem to have come with one of the little slips that tells you about the special features on the disc or anything. It's just come with a more exciting products that are coming out, which is a bit meh. Not really bothered by that. Overall, the actual physical content of the Steelbook is actually really nice. I love the artwork, apart from that, obviously that one disc. That's a bit annoying. But overall, very happy with this Steelbook, and surprisingly, it was one of the cheaper ones of the. It was cheaper than the Flux one, I must admit, and this is actually much nicer, whereas that's got more episodes on it. Which is a shame, yeah, it's a bigger runtime. But no, overall, do really love this Steelbook. The episodes themselves, I actually, either the Daleks I actually quite enjoyed as a little self-contained Dalek story, little time loop. It was fun. It was actually quite fun to watch on New Year's Day, if I'm honest. I was like, yeah, that was actually, I thought they were I thought the quality-wise, they've all sort of stepped up of the stories, because Resolution was good, but I thought, like, I enjoyed Resolution, the first Dalek story they did, but I thought the reveal of it being a Dalek was just a bit too on the nose. I thought it could have been done a little bit more subtly and like revealed a little bit later and be to the audience for it to be like, oh, cool. Evolution of the Daleks was really good. I quite liked it. Pretty much just a modern telling of like Blood of the Daleks, but still quite enjoyable. It was a very fun story. Whereas, and then Eve of the Daleks is a little follow-on story from Flux, where the Daleks get tricked by the Sontarans into getting their ships destroyed, basically, to get wiped out, but they blame the Doctor, so they capture her in a time loop with Yaz and Dan, and you've got that Irish comedian Ashley something, and I'm not sure what the other bloke's name is who's in the story, but he's really good as well. He's really fun in the story. I think the small cast really helps elevate this story to being more fun and more enjoyable, in my opinion. Now, I know a lot of people that were kind of shitting on it after it but I saw a lot of people on Twitter give it a positive review, whereas people in the YouTube space sort of gave it a more of a negative review. Well, I still enjoyed it. Personally. Yeah, not too bad actually. For the season 13, I thought it was one of the better stories. Legend of the Sea Devils, on the other hand, like, I enjoyed watching Eve of the Daleks, but that Next Time trailer which came up with Legend of the Sea Devils, I absolutely shat my pants. I was like, holy shit, I can't believe it's finally happening. We haven't seen a Sea Devil since the 5th Doctor's era in Warriors of the Deep. That is crazy. The Silurians have had their return. Like, the Silurians have returned so many times in so many different variants throughout the Moffat era of Doctor Who. And it was nice to finally see Chibnall get a crack at the Sea Devils, because he actually got to do the first Silurian story in the Series 5. Unfortunately, it's all over the place. The editing is atrocious. Some of the dialogue is really, like, Chibnall can be really strong at dialogue. Sometimes, like, fucking incredible at dialogue. And if you disagree with me, you clearly have not sat and watched Torchwood, because there's some incredible episodes like Adrift, Countryside. Most of his stories in season 2 are just absolutely phenomenal. To be fair, most of his stories in that season are really good. But anyway, no, Legend of the Sea Devils is really lackluster and it's really underwhelming. Whereas either the Daleks and Power of the Doctor and pretty much all of Flux made me want to re-watch it. Like, Legend of the Sea Devils didn't capture me to want to go re-watch the episode, which that's usually how I know that leaning towards it's more of a weaker story for me, because most of the time a Doctor Who story's on, I'm like, I instantly want to rewatch it. I want to know more about it. What did I miss? Are there secret plots that I'm missing? Are there secret build-ups? But no, yeah, Legend of the Sea Devils was not fun. The Sea Devils themselves look incredible, I must say. Some of the imagery is really good. Some of the CGI and shots look very good, and there's some really nice moments with Yaz and the Doctor, and Yaz actually coming out and like being more truthful with who she is. I quite like that. There's some nice moments where the Doctor and Yaz sit on the beach. That's really nice. But overall, it is the weakest of the 3 stories, personally. And finally, Power of the Doctor, Jodie's swan song, the final episode. I know a lot of people dislike this. A lot of people love it, and I'm in the latter camp. I do absolutely really enjoy it. I think there's overall what Chibnall does best. Like, what is it? The better elements of Chibnall come through in this story and help overlook some of his more weaker elements. Like, there are some glaring issues, like how did Tegan survive the elevator shaft, and the whole cloning thingy, and how did he put the teleporter. There's like so many parts like where you just think to yourself, he doesn't have time to stop and slow down and talk about these things. But at the same time, the adventure is so whimsical, and it made me feel something. Like that's the thing. It's a story that I haven't had in a long time. Like I said, like the beginning of Flux, really, when that was on, like it drew me back in with that sense of wonder and awe, and it made me just think, it made me want. I know Jodie's barely in it, but it also made me not want Jodie to go. Basically, I don't want her to go. I could have easily had another season of Jodie, because I don't personally think it's Jodie's fault. Like, why some of the stories are a bit weaker than the others. I do think that Chibnall is a bit hit and miss with his writing. That's just how he's always been as a writer, and I think we should have all been a bit more prepared for this going into his era. But that's not me slating him as a credible writer, because even in some of these weaker episodes there are some incredible dialogue interchanges with characters, like the Tandaska experiment, or whatever, the little Pating creature one. They're like, not really a massive fan of it, but there's a great bit where a character really puts the Doctor in the place, like the main nurse guy really puts her in a place, because she's just being selfish and not caring about others, and he's just like, who do you think you are, blah blah blah, and like those moments are just scattered throughout Chibnall's era, and I think it's the human aspect is really in there. I just feel like it is a bit overhated, because it is fun. I enjoyed it. I get it, like, but if you didn't enjoy it, that's fair enough, because there is a lot going on, and there is a lot of bits where I was just like, people are not going to like that. But personally, I actually really enjoyed it, and I'm glad that I did. Some great special features, and yeah, I think it was quite a nice ending to it, because there was so many bits in it that got me tearful. If you haven't seen it, I'll give you 5 seconds to leave, because it's a spoiler warning. Alright, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They're gone? Cool. So all the bits with the past Doctors, literally as soon as I saw David Bradley, I just started welling up, and then we saw, then it switched to Colin. I was bawling, and then we had those lovely bits with Pete Davison and Sylvester that got to have their moments with the Doctor and everything. I even got teary when Dan left. I know it was very, very rushed, but his introduction was very abrupt as well, and his involvement throughout Flux was very abrupt, so it kind of fits the whole aspect of his characteristic, really, that he's been introduced wise, so at least it's somewhat on point. I mean, it could have been done handily a little bit better, but as you know, so much going on in an hour and a half, we had to get moving. But even that, it got me teary-eyed, because it was just like, everyone thinks, the Doctor's a bit rubbish in that bit. Like, I'd say that up to what extent she is. Like, to begin with, like, I think, like, when she says family is important, life's important, that is very true. Like, the Doctor understands that, and understands that humans have such a very small lives, and wants them to get on with it, and knows that they can't stay with them forever, and if they want to go, they have to go, even if the Doctor themselves can't deal with it, which I still think is very on brand for the character. But yeah, the only bit I think is a bit weird is the fact that the Doctor didn't do anything to help with Dan's house, because the Doctor would have always sorted something out for her friends, so a bit of a strange character choice really there. Would have preferred maybe a little scene in the end or a little line of dialogue. And one more final scene that I want to mention from it is that final scene at the end with they're in the meeting, and you get to see Katie Manning, and you get to see fucking Bonnie Langford back as Mel, and good old our boy Ian's back as well, and absolutely warmed my heart, and I can't believe it. And now I've been rewatching the 60s era, I appreciate it even more. I give it to Chibnall, because he wanted to. He knows what he likes from the classic era, I feel like, and he really wanted to bring that forward. So he did a lot of fan service, so I give him a little props for that. But it's not your cup of tea. It's not your cup of tea. It's understandable. There's many eras of this show. If you don't like a certain era, you can always just go back on and put on your favourites, can't you? Whereas me, I love all eras of Doctor Who. That's just how I am. I don't know what it is. It's my favourite show, and I just love it all. I just love it all, even when it's at its worst. but I wouldn't even say this is at its worst personally. There's two really strong stories in here if you ask me. But overall, the Series 13 Special Steelbook is absolutely one of my favourites of the recent additions to have in the Steelbook collection of the modern era. It's personally probably my favourite. I really love this back design, so it's why I'm leaning to it to be more my favourite. I really enjoy the inside design. It is a bit lackluster, that first disc, and the Uncanny Valley of Jodie a little bit for me. Brings it down just a tad, because I really do love the Flux Steelbook, and I think her likeness on the Series 12 Steelbook is a little bit better. But no, overall I probably would say this is my favourite of the Steelbooks. Absolutely love it, and I think there's some quality episodes in here personally, and I really enjoy it. But yeah, really nice to have open a Steelbook. And there it's just with the in the J card again. But yeah, that is the latest Doctor Who Series 13 Special Steelbook. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you did enjoy this video of unboxing something new for the Doctor Who collection. Let me know if you picked up this Steelbook. Are you a fan of these episodes? I know probably a few people aren't, and that's fine. If you're not a fan, let me know. Let's have a discussion. I want to hear your thoughts and opinions. But yeah, but be respectful. I'm not going to be having any of the sexist bollocks in my chat. Like, if you're going to be like, I don't like the Doctor because she's a woman, just leave. Cheers. Thanks. Boring. Yeah, that being said, guys, I hope you have a good one. Stick out for the next video. I think I might do a review for the Abominable Snowmen when that comes around to it. I think that's one of my next plans content-wise, or I might do some... I think I've got a collection video idea that I want to do as well. But yeah, that being said, guys, I hope you have a good one. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and yeah, have a good one. Peace out. Bye.